Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm not gonna be checking a challenger game, but instead I'm gonna be checking a game from someone who sent me their games. So basically I made a Reddit post in which I asked people to send me their games if they wanted to have them reviewed. And this time, instead of checking a challenger game to see what they do right in the matchup, I'm gonna be checking what lower elo people do wrong in the matchup. And this way you guys, if you struggled in that specific matchup, you can maybe find out the mistakes you make. Like it can help you realize your mistakes, and you can just maybe identify it to the player, and maybe it will help you improving on that specific matchup. So this is Camille matchup. We saw this matchup on the challenger point of view 3 days ago with the Drew Tooth versus Build gameplay. So like I said, you want to proc the one playing with the first or second Q instead of the third on this specific matchup, because you don't want to CC Camille. This way she can auto attack you and proc the passive. And if you manage to proc both bond plating and passive, then you can take a trade afterwards. This Camille plays with Ignite TP, so you can punish that pretty much like super easy. In this scenario, she doesn't have bond plating, but she still has her passive that we want to proc. So Riven went for the third Q when she should have tried to let the Camille to attack her. So this is the first mistake here. So now Camille, okay. So Camille sold the information that she started with W, and she also wasted her passive right there. So now that's the moment where you can trade back as Riven, especially when Camille doesn't play with Flash. It's even easier to get the first blood, even in like Diamond or even Masters. Camille without Flash are still gonna disrespect the Riven in some scenarios. So now this is the moment when you want to walk up. Just wait for the caster's minion to start focusing your own minions, and then you can just walk in and do like auto attack Q, auto attack Q, auto attack Q, auto attack. So this is what should happen here. Okay, so Riven fucked up here. She fucked up a lot because she took a bit too long to go for the all-in. Camille has no passive, remember. So here the minions are tanking, and like you're gonna tank those anyways. So you can go in now, and then Riven backs off instead of auto attacking. She has nothing to be scared of, because Camille is level 1. She's definitely not gonna hit level 2 in this one trade, and she has no passive, and she doesn't have flash either. So right now you just want to go for the like straight up all in, and instead Riven just takes some free damage for no reason. Now she gets level 2, but it's like a tiny bit too late. The trade would have been way better if you just went for the fast Q right away. And flashing here was a waste of flash, because like I said a few times already, Camille has no flash. So this trade happened way too late. Like, it's fine sometimes to wait for your level 2 to go in, but in this scenario you can just take the trade right away and get the prior pretty much easy. So you can just take the trade right away right there. And then there's no reason to flash here, because if you look at your minions, your wave is like, there's no minion about to die here. And like Camille is way too far away from her level 2. And she has no flash and no E because she started W and she just used it like a few seconds ago. So here Camille just cannot close the gap. Like, she may be able to like auto attack you one more time, but that's it. Like, she will never kill you. So here you don't need to flash, because now you're the one who's losing prio in a matchup where you should be dominating the early game. So now we are forced to go B. We are forced to go B or use all of our potions, but it's not gonna be, not gonna be the best choice, because Camille has TP, so she can just decide to slow push and then TP back to lane. And at some point you will have to go B as Riven. And you will be losing the lane because of the wave. So right there, this would have been the best moment to recall right here, because the wave crashed. You're gonna lose some XP, but at least it's gonna slow push back to your side, and you're gonna be able to hold the freeze and to catch up like the CS you lost. Because now, if you don't go B now without TP, Camille is gonna be pressuring you because she's on the right side of the map. Okay, so Camille played it pretty badly. She should have been able to just pressure the Riven. Here, instead of using E first, she should have forced Riven's E. Well, Riven doesn't have E yet, but still, it's always better as Camille to use your W first before using hookshot on Riven, because it forces maybe some dash, or even if you don't force the dash, you get the slow, and it becomes way easier to hit your hookshot. And you don't want to E so far away from Riven, because it's way too easy to dodge, which is going to be the case, by the way. This wall would have been much better, but even then, like sometimes you just want to wait for your hookshot and just put the pressure first. So here Camille fucked up a lot, but if the Riven was playing against like the Camille a bit better than that, or if the Camille played just the move a little bit better, Riven would have been punished. That's also one of the reasons why she should have won B, because when you're exposed to this one spot here, it's so risky, especially when you're this low in HP. So yeah, going back after crashing the wave would have been much better, because then you get a slow push and you can just hold the wave. So Camille TP's back to lane, she's gonna slow push this wave, and this is gonna be an okay spot for Riven here, but there's too many minions, so she's never gonna be able to hold the freeze. So the wave is most likely gonna crash, so nothing is gonna happen. Technically there should be no trade going on. Camille may just be trying to use W to poke a little bit, but it's not really worth in most situations, because Riven is gonna dodge it with the E. Like Camille is trying to put some damage on her tower, no big deal. So here we're obviously gonna have a slow push on Camille's tower. Okay, so technically the wave should be slow pushing to Camille's tower if she let the slow push going on. And if you play Camille in this situation, you actually want the wave to slow push back to your side, because like I said in the last video, if you play Camille, you want to be on this one spot, and if you play Riven, you want to be on this one. So Camille has been doing something really interesting here. That this is just hinting, by the way. I don't know if she's gonna die. Let's see the series. She's not gonna die yet, but she could. But let's go back a little bit. So here Camille just does something totally random. There's no reason for her to go in right there. Her E is like totally far away from Riven. Maybe she was expecting a dodge with her E. That's why you need to use your W first on Riven. Like I said, like the W is still up. You want to slow Riven down, so it's easier to hit your hookshot. And if she dodges it with the E, then it becomes even more easier to hit her with the hookshot, because she doesn't have like the longest dash possible. So here this is a totally waste of E. Then I think, hold up, did I miss something? I think she wasted her second Q, I mean the Camille. Here I think she Qs. Yeah, she Q'd, and then I think she does not, yeah, she did not even get to use the true damage on the Q. I think it just ran out because she wasted W first. Like right there, she uses W instead of using her second Q after the shield. Here it expires. I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure she didn't use the second Q. I just slowed down, but it looks like it at least. So now we should still. Oh, never mind. Okay, I was looking at the wrong wave. So no, there's no slow push going on for Riven. It's gonna be pushing back to Riven's side. Let's look at the earlier trade right there. So here it makes it obvious that Camille is looking for E. I'm not sure if she's gonna use it. Yeah, she's gonna use it. So what makes it obvious here is that she uses the first Q. She uses the first Q right there. So her second Q is loading. And usually when you see a Camille using first Q on a minion, or even just a tower, for example, and they start to be like close to a wall or whatever, they may be trying to hookshot on you and then use the second Q. And it was obvious here. You see the second Q like loading, and she's like so close to the wall. So it makes it pretty obvious that she wants to go in. And once again, it should not work technically, because Riven still has E, because Camille did not force it with the W. So Riven should be able to dodge it in theory. She did not though. So that was a pretty fine trade by Camille here. So the mistake Riven made here was to not dodge the hookshot with the E. She just face tanked it, which is a pretty big downside. Camille should go back right there, so we're gonna have to crash the wave ASAP on Riven's side, because there is no TP on our side. She did not go B though, that is interesting. And now she wastes the hook shot for no reason. I don't know why the Camille stays. Here, she had no reason to stay. Let's see the gold she has. I mean, she doesn't have enough for Shin. So maybe that's why she didn't go B, but honestly, it's kind of pointless to stay there. She starts recalling now and then she cancels it. Because the wave is going to be stop pushing back to her side anyway. So staying here is not useful at all for her. Because she won't be able to really do much if the Riven plays accordingly. Because Riven is gonna hit 6 pretty soon. And they're both gonna hit 6, but since the slow push is on Riven's favor, she should be the one getting 6 here. And she's gonna have... Nah, she's not gonna have Ignite in time, but she can look to kick Camille out of the lane now, once the wave arrives on this one spot, and Camille is gonna be missing some CS if she's forced to go B. So let's see. So here we are looking for... Okay, Camille fucked up. She should die. If she doesn't die here, I'm gonna be very sad. Ooh, that was very clunky though. Oh my, she doesn't die? There's no way she doesn't die, right? Okay, I've been spoiled by the time control here. Apparently she's gonna get... Wait, how does she... Is she gonna stay? How do... Nah. That's not happening, right? That's not how she's gonna go down, is it? Oh my god, Camille, what the fuck? So Riven's gonna... She's not gonna... Okay, because this scene shut up, my bad. He was hidden by the... Okay. Even if she died, it would have been fine, because the wave crashed anyway. It's just annoying sometimes, like, when you die, you give a kill to the jungler, which can be annoying, so it's always better to survive if you can. But the wave crashed anyway, so we are all set. So let's go back now and see... Okay, so... First of all, a thing you should be careful about. Riven made a mistake. I mean, it's not technically a mistake, but it's something that she could have abused a bit more. When you see that you're about to hit 6, you don't want to be... Like, if you can hit 6 and go for the all-in, you don't want to be behind your minions. You want to be in front of them. Because let's say that you walk up here on this one spot. Wait, can you see the mouse? Yeah, you can. Okay. So if you walk up here and you take this one minion, look at the gap it creates. Like, you're this far away from Camille. And if you're here when you get 6, you maybe have more chances. I mean, obviously she's very far away, and she should never be able to die on here. But that's something you should still take care of. Like, you should get used to always be in front of your minions when you're about to hit 6, because this way you close the gap, or you make a shorter gap. I don't know how to express my thoughts in English on this one thing. But basically, being the closest to your enemy when you're about to hit 6, if you are able to all in, is always better than being behind your minions. So here, let's say that Camille was a bit closer to Riven, like let's say here, and the Riven was here when she gets 6 because she's in front of the minions, then she would be much closer to Camille than if she was behind the minions. So now, right now, you want to walk up. So here, there's a better example for the level 6, because I thought she was gonna get 6 on this one, but it took one more. Here, you may actually want, like, you see that this one is gonna die pretty quickly, because there's a cannon focusing it, and a lot of casters. So you can maybe auto-attack it one more time and not get the last hit, and when it's low HP, you can start walking up to Camille, because while you are walking to her, then you're gonna hit 6. And it surprises even more, because she sees you running to her when you're level 5, so you know, she may not be as careful as if you were 6, but then you hit 6 on the way, and then things go down. See, like, if Riven walked up a bit earlier, so here you can't really go in first. Like, you don't really want to use your ultimate instantly, because Camille still has hook shot. So here she can escape pretty easily. But for some 13 random reasons she decided to use it to go in with barely any mana, no level 6, against Camille, against Riven that's level 6 with Ignite. I mean, she doesn't have Ignite yet, but Camille does not, I don't think she timed it perfectly to know about the 10 seconds, but anyway, even if she had no Ignite for like a minute, there's no scenario in which Camille survives here. She technically survived because Riven took a bit too long to go in with the R. Like, if Riven used R instantly, she would have, oh my god, I can't speak English. She would have had more damage right away, and the Camille would not have survived with the extra HP. And I think there was one missing auto attack or like one cancelled auto attack in the trade. So let's see here. So here you have to, now that she has no hook shot, you want to ER instantly. So here, because see, like if you had your ultimate up at this moment, you would have done more damage, and then like you would have broke the shield and go through the HP bar. Auto attack, ultimate, even the auto attack, like the ultimate, like the first auto attack was before the ultimate. Q, auto attack, third Q, wind slash, auto attack. Okay, so there was no cancel auto attack, but there is 2 abilities or even 3 abilities, and I include auto attacks in them that could have done more damage. And this one auto attack that's been used without ultimate would have saved the ignite. I mean, technically the ignite should never have been used because Camille should never have stayed here. But I don't know what she was thinking. There was, she even pinged Riven Ignite. She thinks that Riven used Ignite. That's maybe why she went back in, but even then, like, she was maybe trying to bait so the Riven overstays and like the DKM arrives, but that's so fucking greedy. Like, just wait for the DKM to come. Like, you don't even have to bait. If you stay here, I don't know why he's starting to go B when the Riven is pushing with that amount of HP. If you're Camille in this scenario, you don't even want to take the risk here. You just stay here, you wait for Hecarim to come. Technically, he should be able to kill her. And if he does not, the Riven is still gonna go away. And if she goes away, then you can catch the wave. Because she plays with no TP. So you have time to catch the wave and maybe ping Hecarim to help you crash the wave. Because you have no TP, right? So you're gonna need some help. But you don't want to just do that. Like that I don't even know what to call that. Like that is hinting, technically. So now Hecarim cannot kill her. Yeah, he just can't. She's gonna just triple Q away, get the shield back, and wait, he doesn't even know that Lee Sin was here, actually. But yeah, there's way too much gap anyway. Like he can't catch to her. Catch up to her, I mean. But yeah, I think I'm not gonna go a bit further than that for this matchup because it's gonna be too much information, and I think we saw like the most important things. So basically, let's just go back like at 1:30. So level 1, we use the third Q when we should be using the first or second Q. And in loading screen, you should always go to OPGG or like, I don't know what you use, like if you use Professor or whatever you use, always check the runes. In this scenario, you know that she has no bone plating, so you may be playing that a bit differently. But in this case, you still want to go in and bait the passive. You always want to bait the passive level 1, especially when she plays with no flash, because level 2 is, or even level 1, it's going to be so easy to kill her. So here, no passive. Just go back instantly. And then you can just go in as soon as you can. So you just wait for the wave to collapse here, so you don't take the minion focus right away. And right now you can go in. But instead, Riven backs off, takes 3 damage for no reason, misses the first Q. She does weird moves, and then she gets level 2, but it's a bit too late. Like, I mean, it could have been much better with just a fast Q combo. Because she took a bit too much of damage when she could have taken less damage with the fast Q combo. And then she flashes away. Like I said, there was no reason to. Camille has no second ability. She used the only one. She has no flash. If she had flash, flashing away would have been nice. But in this scenario, she won't be able to catch up to you. So just run away. But at this moment, technically, you should have lost the lane on this one moment, because the wave is gonna crash, but then you're forced to go B. Here, if you're against a good Camille or just a good top laner in general, you should never be able to stay, because Camille, like I said, is very strong on this one spot here. So if you stay with this amount of HP, you're gonna get engaged and kicked out of the lane, and then the wave crashes. But if you go back now, the wave is gonna be slow pushing, so you're gonna be able to handle it on this one spot here. You're gonna be able to catch up the XP. You're gonna lose some minions here for sure, but it's better than just catch the entire wave here. So yeah, here Riven should have just went B. Even if she has no gold to buy anything, it's way more effective to go B right there. And then the other mistake was to not, and it wasn't technically a mistake like I said, but it's something you need to learn and to be used of. Always stay in front of your minions when you're about to hit level 6. Because now she sees that Riven gets level 6 here, and she has time to back off if she needs to. That works with any matchup. I mean, it's even harder with Camille because she can just hookshot away anyway. But if you play with a champion that has not much mobility, right? And they see you getting level 6 when you're behind your minions, they have time to start walking away. But if you are, like, let's say on this one spot here, you can just ER stun instantly. And that surprised them a lot. So always be careful about your XP bar, and you need to, play around that. Sometimes you don't even want to get the last hit when you see that the minion is about to die. You start walking up to your opponent. This way you get level 6 on the way in. And then, so here, technically this should never be a kill, right? You can maybe go in with a EQ stun and force like the passive and maybe the hookshot, but a good Camille would have never died on this one spot here. The Camille, for some reason, just hit in and gave a free kill. And even then, she even despite her fuck up, she should have lived, right? And that's only because Riven used her ultimate a bit too late. There's also something, maybe auto attack R would have killed her. I didn't pay attention to the amount of HP she had, so maybe the execute part would have been higher. But I'm not sure of it. I haven't really checked the amount of HP. But still, just using ultimate instantly for the extra damage would have done the thing, would have changed the outcome. So on this one time we would have saved the ignite. But yeah. So the player wanted me to check how they lost the game. I'm not gonna go about it on this video because my series is about the matchups. But maybe I'm gonna be looking at the game later and just answer them on Reddit and tell them what I saw they did wrong in the mid game that could have changed the outcome. But usually in this elo, because they say they were bronze, I see that they're unranked. Maybe they were bronze last season, I don't know. But anyway, between bronze or even lower up to like platinum, even like high platinum players still do that. The issue they have is that they're gonna win laning phase and they're gonna lose the game, and that's because most of them are gonna be staying topside for too long, and they won't be able to translate their lead onto the map. Sometimes you have to leave the lane early, even before taking the enemy tower, even if that means giving 2-3 waves, 2 plates to your opponent. Sometimes it's better to give them resources, but you trade that against killing the bot lane, giving your team the Drake, killing the enemy mid laner, and that's something a lot of players don't do, and that's, I think, one of the main reasons why a lot of Riven players win their lane but never win their game despite being like 10-0. So I'm gonna be checking that and answer on Reddit. So if you want to know how this Riven loses the game later, just keep track of my Reddit thread, and at some point I'm gonna answer like one or two there. So hope this was a helpful video, and if you guys like this series, let me know. And if you want me to check your matchups, I can be looking at it.